For those of you who do not know me, my name is Shane Turner. Welcome. I'm an artist. I paint literally on every surface I can. And today I am going to tell you a little bit about this forest that I painted behind me. Where we find ourselves today is in my studio. I luckily managed to get a lot of the renovations done before everything came to a solid crash, but I am trying to keep myself busy by continually trying to churn out projects. The inspiration for the painting behind me was a mix and match between myself and the client. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to actually specify who the client is. I have been asked nicely to keep that information as low-key as possible. But needless to say, it went backward and forward. We did a lot of pre-design, design, and this is what we came up with at the end. I'm going to take you a little bit through the steps of this painting. Basically, everything was laid up in a brown. It was the color that I happened to have in my gun at the time, which was convenient because trees are brown as well. I then took all the greens and all the background colors, all the different areas, brought them forward and just laid up everything very, very quickly so that I could start placing all the insane detail wherever the detail needed to be. If you look over here, you can see that the clouds. Now, one thing I do a lot of is clouds. Throughout my career, I've always had to do a lot of clouds. So I'm very fortunate that I've gotten kind of good at them, I think. So these clouds over here are completely free-handed. I basically just placed them in, but I kept them all at an angle like this. Now, the reason I do that is to show distance. I don't like to paint clouds in a solid ball sideways, and then you're trying to see it above yourself. It's like still a ball. I mean, it doesn't make a cloud look like a cloud. But clouds work in a kind of straight line. That's basically what I did. A lot of the colors that I kept into very skin colors, creams, light vanillas, that kind of thing, just so that I could maintain a very subtle and comfortable look. I took those colors into the waterfall itself as well and kept that very generic, made those two elements work together and with nothing else, which also in the same way added a little bit of a fantasy theme for the painting. I think that worked out really, really well. When it came to the background mountains, I did them in a very subtle green, and I didn't play with them very much more after they were initially done. I tried to keep the same soft look that was going through the entire process, the trees. Now, most of the trees themselves were done with brushes initially. They were sprayed up and everything else, but then they were taken in with brushes, and a lot of the detail from the bark and in between was all done with brushes to maintain a very sharp look so that they would separate themselves from the background very, very quickly. So like obviously to create that nice depth of field that you would get from a photograph with a single focus lens or without a single focus. Speculating whether I'm going to be taking more trees or more leaves into the top. I have them on there. I'm not 100% sold. I have just finally clear coated the thing, but I'm gonna have to slightly sand this thing and then just put some more clear coat on afterwards, after I add a few more elements to keep myself happy. Now, when it came to the green and the pink, this was a beautiful image of a walkway that I came across online, and I adapted it to the painting because it just has such a magical look and feel to it. I really love the way that it plays with itself, and I wanted to try and create the light fall from the canopy of leaves above. This is important for me to try and illustrate because I wanted to have that look and feel of an actual forest. It has darkened a little bit from the clear coats, unfortunately, but when I get back into it and put another layer on top of that, that's really gonna pop from the background. Now the stream itself, this is not how it looked, funny enough. When I clear coated it went a little bit darker, a lot of the white dissolved. So although I got the nice shiny look across the entire thing, I did lose a few of the features. I'm gonna have to go back in, take them again, and then re-clear coat it again. But yeah, it's part of the war story. Okay, so I know I've mentioned the clear coat a couple of times, but the basic gist is that I put a clear coat on here just to try and get this thing as glass and glossy as possible. I wanted to try and make it look like a window, like you're looking out into the world. These boards are also going to be doubling up as a whiteboard, so they're going to be writing on top of them and in the offices and that kind of stuff, and it's going to have a double feature. So I wanted to make it really glossy and really beautiful. they're going to be split, and there's obviously 4 panels here. And unfortunately, when I sprayed them, I did spray them vertically, which doesn't really make a lot of sense if I want to get like hyper gloss. So I'm going to be laying them flat after I do my touch-ups, and I'm going to be giving them another intense clear. And that's going to do it. My personal impressions of the work are, you know, like, I was happy with it, but a lot of the time what needs to happen with me especially is that I need a little bit of time away from it. The clear coat reveals a lot of things to me, a lot of things that I thought were going to be problems turned out not to be problems, and a lot of things that I thought were cool can use another sprucing goosing, you know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute blast. I can't wait to get this video out, and I'm hoping to chat to all of you very, very soon. Anyway, take care of yourselves, guys. I hope that you have a fantastic day. I look forward to chatting to you very soon. Take care of yourselves, be good, be safe, stay isolated for now. I love and miss you all. Take care of yourself. Yeah, said that. Anything less unacceptable.